You're on.
Hi Sandy, hi Rosie,
Hi.
guys. Hi from Sherm. I hope you guys are having a good day. Who is it? Was it you, Sandy? Somebody watched Survivor with me. I was thinking it wasn't Kelly. I'm thinking, I can't remember. I know one of my friends, and I only got really 3 close friends, and that's April, Kelly, and you, Sandy. And I'm thinking it was you that said you watched Survivor. But anyway, it's on tonight, so don't forget, just in case it was you. Alright guys, sure, well, at the end of the video, sorry, I promised I wouldn't talk about anything like that till the end of the video, because some people didn't like that. I apologize to you people that don't want me mentioning things to the end. We are going to start where we left off yesterday with Mark chapter 7, verses 1 through verse 23. Starting with chapter 7. So if you guys want to follow along in your Bibles, we'll be reading in the New International Version. And like I said, we'll be starting Mark chapter 7 today, reading verses 1 through verse 23, which will be talking about one thing and one thing only, and that is that which defiles. Alright, let's get started. The Pharisees and the teachers of the law, who had come from Jerusalem, gathered around Jesus and saw some of his disciples eating food with hands that were defiled, that is, unwashed. The Pharisees, of course, and all the Jews, of course was my own, and all the Jews do not eat unless they give their hands a ceremonial washing, holding to the tradition of the elders. When they had come from the marketplace, they do not eat unless they wash. And they observe many other traditions, such as the washing of cups, pitchers, and kettles. So the Pharisees and teachers of the law asked Jesus, "Why don't your disciples live according to the tradition of the elders instead of eating their food with defiled hands?" Jesus replied, "Isaiah was right when he prophesied about you hypocrites. As it is written, 'These people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. They worship me in vain. Their teachings are merely human rules.' You have let go of the commandments of God and are holding on to human traditions." And Jesus continued, "You have a fine way of setting aside the commands of God in order to observe your own traditions. For Moses said, 'Honor your father and mother,' and anyone who curses their father or mother is to be put to death. But you say that if anyone declares that they might have been used to help their father or mother in Korban, that is, devoted to God, then you no longer let them do anything for their mother or father or mother. Thus you nullify the word of God by your tradition that you have handed down, and you do many things like that." Again, Jesus called the crowd to him and said, "Listen to me, everyone, and understand this. Nothing outside a person can defile them by going into them. Rather, it is what comes out of a person that defiles them," which means what comes out of your mouth, because what comes out of your mouth is what you're speaking from your heart. And what matters to God? Your heart and the way you treat people. After he had left the crowd and entered the house, his disciples asked him about this parable. "Are you so dull?" Jesus asked. "Don't you see that nothing that enters a person from the outside can defile them? For it doesn't go into their heart, but into their stomach, and then out of the body." In saying this, Jesus declared all foods clean. He went on, "What comes out of a person is what defiles them, for it is from within, out of a person's heart that evil thoughts come: sexual immorality, theft, murder, adultery, greed, malice, deceit, lewdness, envy, slander, arrogance, and folly. All these evils come from inside and defile a person. So what a person does on the outside does not matter. I mean, that doesn't mean you committing sins like killing and stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, like, if you don't wash your hands or whatnot, like they were talking about here. Like, next time you see a homeless person, and because some people, just look down on homeless people and with disgust, and think they're so much better than that person, and they're so dirty, and ew, you should have compassion on that person and try to help that person. Sherman and I and Dottie have been homeless, but we were blessed enough to have our van to live in. We didn't have to live on the street. We didn't have nowhere to park it, so we had to keep going around from parking lot to parking lot, mostly Walmarts, stores that were open 24/7, in order to, find a place to park to sleep, because our family would not even let us park in their driveways to sleep. So, yeah, it comes out of the heart, not what a person looks like on the outside. No matter how dirty they are, you don't know what that person has been through or what they are going through, and you should not look down on anyone. Okay, guys, that's where we're going to stop with Mark today, with verse 23. And we are going to our psalm, continuing on with Psalm 40 today, with verses 11 through 17. Continuing on with another beautiful Psalm of David. Yesterday's was so beautiful, but we're continuing on with it today. So yesterday, close your eyes. Just sit back, calmly, let all the noise out. If you got your TV on or your radio or anything, turn it off. Just sit down at your computer here with me. Close your eyes. Put your head back and just open your heart and your mind to the words of David that I'm going to speak to you today. It helps touch your soul and your heart more that way, I think. So just listen to the beautiful Psalms of David. And let's begin. Do not withhold your mercy from me, Lord. May your love and faithfulness always protect me. For troubles without number surround me. My sins have overtaken me, and I cannot see. They are more than the hairs of my head, and my heart fails within me. Be blessed to save me, Lord. Be pleased to save me, Lord. Come quickly, Lord, to help me. May all who want to take my life be put to shame and confusion. May all who desire my ruin be turned back in disgrace. May those who say to me, "Aha, aha," be appalled at their own shame. But may all who seek you rejoice and be glad in you. May those who long for you, saving help, always say, "The Lord is great." But as for me, I am poor and needy. May the Lord think of me. You are my help and my deliverer. You are my God. Do not delay. You may open your eyes. You guys may open your eyes. That was the end of our psalm for today. Just Psalm 40 verses 11 through 17. I hope you guys felt that in your hearts. It's getting really dark here. It's just had thunderstorms. It's been raining off and on all day. Okay, we're ending today's Bible reading with Proverbs chapter 10, reading verses 13 and verse 14. Wisdom is found on the lips of the discerning, but a rod is for the back of one who has no sense. The wise store up knowledge, but the mouth of a fool invites ruin. Okay, guys, that was today's Bible reading. I hope it touched your guys' hearts. Just looking at it, it's really super windy out there. The trees are just like bending over. Our lights have already been flickering. I'm telling you, I hope we don't lose power. That's the only thing I ever hope when we have a storm, whether it's snow, rain, whatever, is that we just don't lose power. Because with my lungs, it's hard to breathe, for one thing. Alright. Well, for the updates, I have no updates still on Barb. I have not heard from anyone whatsoever about her. As for Chris, I have not heard any updates on him, except, yes, I did. I asked Abby last night, and she said that he had already had his spinal tap. So they got that done and out of the way. So I'm glad that's over with for him. Other than that, no more updates on Chris. And Sherm went to the doctor today and had his ultrasound urine test, which we didn't know he was going to have to take, which he had no problem giving, of course, because he don't have that, you know, his bladder was pretty full. He had to drink a lot of water, but and have all these blood work done. So he's back here, and I actually fell asleep in the chair, and when I woke up, he was sitting over there. I've done that so many times. And I don't usually like to sleep when he's not here, you know. I was trying to sleep with one eye open, and next thing I know, I wake up and Sherm's sitting in the chair. That's a couple hours later. That's what happened last time. But yep, Sherm made it back, and he got all his testing done, so they said it would take 6 weeks for the results. I don't know why, but he's like going crazy already, you know. Kind of both are. We're hoping, you know, they come back sooner, but his appointment for the results is not for 6 weeks. But I'm hoping that if it shows something, which God willing, I'm hoping it doesn't show something bad, but something that can be fixed so that we know what the problem is, that it comes back sooner and they call him in, you know, to discuss it. Or, you know, I just pray it's nothing serious, but I pray they find something simple that they can fix, because I'm tired of him having all this pain down there all the time under his stomach. But you guys, that was the prayer requests and the updates. The prayer requests are the same. April Linda Thacker. Pray for Sherm. Pray for Sandy. Pray for Chris and Barb. I'm not saying everybody's full name, so I can't remember. Kenny Wellman. Huh? Is that in? Kenny Wellman and Cindy. She's still having severe pain in her legs and her back. She said it feels like the meat's being torn off right off the bone. And she thinks it's sciatica, but she won't go to her doctor because she don't have insurance. But I've got sciatica and it hurts like a heck, but it don't feel like meat's being ripped off the bone. So I don't know what she's got, but so please keep her in your prayers. And we're hoping, I was praying Ab would get home before it flooded, because Mom's yard, when it rains, it floods easily, the whole road. Her yard's like stands in water. I mean, they've had to rescue, not Mom, but when her brother and his wife lived there, they've had to rescue them in boats before. That's how easily it floods. So I was hoping Abby would get home before the flood, before her yard flooded, or she would have to be let off and have to stay somewhere else tonight. So hopefully she got to stay home with Grandma. But anyway, I hope you guys have a good rest of your evening. Let's bring those souls to Jesus, and God willing, I'll see you guys again tomorrow with another Bible reading. Bye guys. God bless.